We go. What's up, Shakers? We're here at Dream Business Academy with
In beautiful San Diego.
Beautiful San Diego, California. We're here with special guest Andy Paul, who is a speaker, sales expert, author, and recently got into podcasting just 6 months ago. So, Andy, could you tell us a little bit about your background before you got into podcasting?
Sure. Well, I've had my consulting business for 15 years. Work at a bunch of small businesses, helping them to get unstuck in sales and get on the right track. But about 5 years ago, I had this bug to write a book, which I've been sort of on my to-do list for a while. I wrote the book. It began just to be like a calling card like a lot of consultants, but actually ended up being kind of popular. People really liked it, and it got me on this path thinking about being a thought leader, sales expert, so on and so forth. I mean, it feels a little embarrassing to talk about it. And then I started the podcast 6 months ago. Really, a couple of motivations. One is God, there's so much going on in the sales field these days that I thought one way to sort of keep abreast of what's going on is talk to really interesting people that are doing interesting things and make that available to an audience that built a fairly good size following, and people really like it.
That's exciting. So it seems like to kind of grow yourself as a thought leader, you know, pushing text content like the book you mentioned,
Right.
pushing audio content, you know, hopping on videos like these are kind of the three great ways to brand yourself that way. Are there any other tips you have for the Shakers?
Well, it's consistency, right? So, yeah, you said being guest on things certainly helps, but if you're going to blog, if you're going to tweet, if you're going to put your word out there, whatever your words of advice are through the blogs, podcasts, excuse me, is just be consistent. You know, people have the audience sort of come to expect it from you. That if your newsletter doesn't show up on Sunday, they're going to be wondering where the heck is it? Or if there's not a new podcast episode every day, and I do 5 days a week, people will be on the phone, where is it? So you really make a commitment to yourself and to your audience to be consistent with the good level content, and that starts building on itself.
Yeah, consistency, Shakers. So last question. Let's come into today here at Dream Business Academy,
Right.
which, by the way, you guys can check out in the description. What are your goals from coming here?
Well, it's just, you always got to learn. It's sort of like the same motivation for the podcast, right? I've been in business forever. I've worked with a number of really successful companies. I had my own business for a long time. But I'm just never satisfied that there's things that I don't know, or maybe I'm always concerned there are things I should know and don't know to help my business. So getting a business coach, which I recommend everybody get a business coach, coming to an event like this, learning from my peers, they're doing really interesting things, you can't beat it.
Very cool. Yeah, always be learning, Shakers. Well, Andy, we can go ahead and walk back, but
Now they're not going to see us, though.
before we go, Shakers, can you guys see us? Before we go, where can we find you online?
Oh, go to start my website, andypaul.com, and you'll learn a lot about things that I do there. And listen to my podcast, Accelerate, with an exclamation mark, with Andy Paul on iTunes, Stitchers, all the great places you can find podcasts. So you can find a complete list on my website. And read my books. But again, you can find everything you want at starting my website. Follow me on Twitter, @ZeroTimeSelling.
Nice. Check them out, Shakers. I just listened to his podcast and gave them a 5-star review.
Thank you.
Give
thank
them
you.
a review if you like it too, and check out Andy Paul. By the URL's in the description. Andy, thanks for joining the Handshake and Walk
Hey,
and
thank you, Handshake and Walk.
video
I love it.
series. I think that's what we're calling these Shakers. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.